Morning team, morning everyone, how you doing? You might hear my voice today. I've got my cold or flu off my wife, so pounding headache and cold and flu, so bear with me today team. It's not the easiest to have bright lights to pointing at you first thing in the morning when you're not feeling too great, but let's see how we get on here. Okay, as always, we're going to start in the daily chart. Yesterday, making new lows in breakout. Those who have done the course, notice the Monday, Tuesday, notice where we are, notice what we did yesterday and where we're at today. It is important. It will set the tone for the week based on the weekly model going into Thursday and Friday. Okay, so those who've done the course, I'm not going to give you any more edge than that. Just think about where we are, all right? This little chunk here became important yesterday and they lost it, all right? So we're now trading underneath these lows here from the yearly profile. Sorry, let me just get my screen up here so I can see you on the side monitor. All right, so we're trading underneath this key level on the yearly profile. You will notice this is sort of into that 800 range. If you traded or watched towards the close yesterday, we ranged up here for a long time before they liquidated late in the day. All right, so bulls had numerous chances yesterday into close. I was actually hoping we'd get one of these. But we didn't. All right, they had numerous chances to get back over sort of the 800 and look for the drive up to sort of 850. Because if we closed up here, all right, that is a much more bullish close leading into today to allow the squeeze. We didn't close up there. We closed right on the lower Bollinger Band, which is pointing down. And you'll see it will take a bit of time, but eventually, if we keep trading lower, this upper Bollinger Band is going to turn down with us, and we're going to start doing something like this, right? You've now got the 5-day across the 50. Everything's very bearish in the charts, but our location for the short, as we talk about, is not ideal. Now, if you're in a swing position or you're looking to add to your positions, right, you quite clearly, you have sort of relative equal lows down here into this pocket, all right? This is the area which bulls will next want to try and defend, all right, into here. If we get through this, you've got a value area low down here and this old pivot, all right? So that's what I'd be looking at if you're managing a position. I wouldn't be putting a new short on at these lows. I think it's very risky. The other thing to note is we are opening up an inside bar. We're inside previous day's value, which we're going to get into now. We have Nvidia earnings coming tonight and FOMC minutes this afternoon. Remember the last FOMC, for anyone that was here, Powell was pretty dovish. Sorry, he was not dovish. He was pretty hawkish on the December rate cut. All right, we had priced in a December rate cut, and well, he was kind of saying, "Hey, and there's no guarantee we're going to get that." And the market did not like it, and that's kind of what signaled the top in the market. So we're going to get the minutes from that to see what is said. So into an hourly, this is your value area from yesterday. Okay, we're opening up slap bang in the middle of it, pretty close to a VWAP right now as well. There's no edge in here, folks. All right, what do I expect today? Churn and burn, baby. Churn and burn. All right, something like this. Why? Because this will burn the theta. All right, this will burn all the options who are looking to trade Nvidia, looking for this big move, right? That will burn it. It wouldn't surprise me if Nvidia ends up doing absolutely nothing, but we will see. Everyone looking for it to be the savior in the market. We will see. Overall, right, we are bearish. There's no doubt about it, okay? We are bearish. Here's the micro head and shoulder inside the giant head and shoulder we're looking at. There's the net line. There's the sort of break, but we're hanging on, aren't we, by a dear thread. Could this be a bear flag to break down? Yeah, it could also be a wedge. And this is what I'm looking at. I'm wondering if this market needs a bit of relief before going lower, or if just the trap in here is going to be enough liquidity for a snap. Either way, we know that this 800 level is a huge level on the yearly profile. All right, if we get over this 800, 850, I think there's a squeeze back up to sort of 25,000, 25,100. A look above here and fail is a rotation back down. A look below and fails, a rotation back inside. And we expect chop and slop in here. I don't expect it to come that far outside of previous day's range. If it gets really heavy, we'll just follow the tape. If they want to dump this, we'll follow the tape. But remember, your location, your lower Bollinger Band is down here. It's not really ideal to be looking for shorts down there. All right, it's very risky beyond 2 sigmas to be looking for a short on a daily. So I just say that. If we look at what happened overnight, Okay, opening or closing. Where do we close? Closed pretty heavy, didn't we? All right, close back down here into this pivot. Sideways in Asia, a little push up, failed this little nugget here into 700, failed the 5200, washed back down, washed these stops, found a bid where we had a bid earlier this day into this edge, bid back off it. London tried to bid up, right back into the old point of control, failed that point of control, back down into the middle of the range, right? Nothing's changed. Absolutely as nothing has changed here overnight. I would not look at this overnight and say, okay, sentiment shifted or bulls are in control, right? No one's in control here. This is a liquidity building stage. The overall sentiment remains bearish. Can buyers come in? Yeah, they can defend the edge. Can they get above 850? Maybe they can get above 850 for a squeeze. I would find it unlikely for them to do that move today unless someone knows something that we don't, which is possible. We can't rule it out, but I would expect more liquidity to just be built out today. All right, into the lower time frames, let's look at some of the other markets. All right, ES doing exactly the same thing, building out its range. This is your range built out yesterday. You can see here are your pivots. Very, very simple. 680s, we can just call it, down to 615s, and PDC here 640. So just a big old range. What becomes key is going to become the spiders and the Qs. What is going on here? Let's get rid of that. Okay, SPY 660 was a put wall, as was 670 and 672. All right, you can see we traded under it, we rejected it, we got back over it, we tried to hold it, we traded under it, we got back over it, we closed at it. It's still going to remain a big level. This is your under over right now, and they're just going to keep washing it. It is a huge, huge level. I'd say under here, we've got room back down to the 40s, I think it was when I looked last night. Yeah, down here, all right. Next walls will be down here. It's got room. If it wants to just roll over, it will. But I would, again, be very cautious looking for that move today. Q, same story. 600 was your put wall. All right, yesterday they had the chance to save it, all right, and they failed into end of day. And you can see we've just rejected 600 this morning in the pre-market. All right, so I would say bears have the edge, but we're in rotation. We're inside of initial balance from yesterday, but bears do have the edge here overall in this market. Warned you. I warned you about this one, all right? I warned you for the last few weeks about this finding a bid off here, all right? This is not good for the market, folks. It really is. This is not what you want to see in this market. Maybe the hedge back to gold starting. And let's have a look at this 30-year quickly. Still just basing out, all right? If that catches a bid, I'd be worried. I am now watching the JPY carry trade into December as well, because the 30s on the Japanese treasuries have started breaking out aggressively, which is going to increase risk off. All right, let's have a look at the MAG. All right, Apple remains holding on. It remains very, very impressive, but it's got room here. If it starts failing this shelf, we might see Apple coming back down into these 50s, but it's still holding on, still not doing too bad. But there's a little gap down there, but it's trading inside of yesterday's range, actually a 3-day balance range here on Apple. Amazon, same kind of story. All right, here's your break at these lows. Here's yesterday's range. We're trading at these lows right now. I'd be careful about a look below and fail. That would be your typical sort of move back inside for a chop day up to here, possibly just to the midpoint. But opening near the lows, not a bullish sign. Goog, strong. Found a bid Friday last week, pull back Monday, little wash below Tuesday, holding this bid, and obviously that Berkshire and Hathaway holding this up. And people are very happy about what they're seeing there, clearly, because it's doing a good job. Meta, another inside bar here. Here's yesterday's action. Trading towards the upper point, so maybe a bit more of a P-shaped profile there on Meta, a bit more bullish than some of the other ones we've looked at so far. Microsoft, that looks dreadful. That looks absolutely dreadful. All right, if it can't reclaim sort of 97, 98, that is an awful look on Microsoft. And Nvidia, obviously, this is the big one. All right, this has got earnings tonight, 4:20, 20 minutes after the bell. I'd be very careful trading into the close. Right, you can see here's your big old downtrend on Nvidia. All right, here's your big downtrend. Here's your wedge. Here's your pivot. All right, that's the magic number, sort of 79. Just called it 180. That's your over under right now. If they start losing that, there's moves into 76s and 73. I think it's about a $12 move we're expecting on Nvidia, I think, at least. So yeah, just be aware of that. At least $12, $12 to $15 probably is normal, but you know, in this market it could be anything. Just be careful, folks. Just be careful. It's trying to hold on. And Tesla, the last one, another inside bar and inside range. Right, there's your big range. Saved 400, right? Drifted to 380s, but reclaimed 400 somewhere in here. More of a range. Not a lot to do, folks, today, I would say. If you want to know a day that I become not interested in trading, this has got the looks of it. All right, this has absolutely got the looks of a day which I lack interest in trading. No doubt about it. So just be smart today. Manage your expectations. Expect chop. All right, expect traps. Expect choppiness. Do not be expecting a trend. The last thing I'm expecting today is a trend, given the news events, given where we're opening up, right at the midpoint of yesterday's initial balance, pretty much in the midpoint of yesterday's value. It doesn't look pretty, guys, right? So manage your expectations, please, right? Let's see who's in here. Do some shout outs if we've got time. We have got a few minutes. All right, morning, everyone. I'm not sure who's at the top. I'm going to have a guess. It's Clint. I can't see it on my screen for some reason. Morning, Clint, JD, Jesse, Noah, InfoRisk, Raphael, John Dennis, Toby, Ken, Thumper, E.T., Jeff, Larry, Peter, Marek, Capt, Garbear, the Richardsons, Lou Riley, Chris, Sergio, Daniela, Jonathan, Otis, Daniel, Marek, E.T., Awani, Eva, Green Otter, Kevin, Chad, One-on-One, Owen, Idris, Bart, Tonio, Toby. Oh, I've lost you all now. Come on, OBS. Priska, Eva, Jonathan, Croco, Lindell, Brandon, Troy, Mo, Abby, David, Full Forward, You Shot and Nobody, Myron, Lauren, Christy, Greg, Richard, Ejecto, Idris, Omalabi, Patrick, Firewater, John, Bradley, Frank, Kingdom Love, and AB. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Oh, God, I feel dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Hey, Andrew, Mr. Slim, L. Morning. Morning. Okay, so you're prepared. I'm just expecting rotations today, which means you probably want to be playing the edges. Bears have the most control right now overall in this market, but just be cautious is all I'm saying today. The one thing I guess we didn't go over was the VIX, actually. Let's just quickly look at that because it does remain elevated. Remains very, very elevated in here. Get rid of this, some old levels here. All right, these are the levels I'll be watching. This is where we were for the April low. All right, you can see this build out here is very much looking like this right now. All right, these are all breaking out. If we do another one of these and break out, and the market's in big, big trouble. So normally you would expect a down day after such a big day like this on the VIX for the last few days. But given where we're at, I just think we're going to hold increased volatility into earnings. And then maybe post Nvidia, we'll either get that one big push or that pull back into here and have a little bit of a cool off. But you know, let's just see. I don't want to, I'm not here to guess the market. I'm here to trade what's in front of me right now. So we will just see. Whatever the market brings is what we will be able to trade. Like yesterday didn't bring me what I wanted, so I was limited on trading opportunity. Today, I think we're going to be very limited on trading opportunities. But, you know, who knows? Maybe something changes. But downside pressure here at the moment. Back into that VWAP. We've got just over 20 seconds here until the open, folks. Not in the rush because we're opening at midpoint of the range, right at VWAP, right at PDC. Means nothing's changed from where we closed yesterday in the cash market to where we're opening today is exactly the same point pretty much, which means anything that happened overnight was a whole lot of fluff. It was a whole lot of fluff because we haven't done anything different. I might have to turn that light down. My head is pounding. I'm sorry, team, if it makes it dark. I've just got to take the edge off my head right now. All right, here's the open. So I'll be watching this previous day value area low. They probably may very well come down and test this. And if they get through that, maybe they test overnight lows. We will have to see. And then if we're going to play a range, we have to really see if buyers come in and defend it or not. Gosh, thanks to my wife for giving me this beautiful cold. Okay, I'll give you a readout. The mag is a mixed bag, all right? Tesla 0.91% up, Nvidia 1.55% up, Microsoft 0.90% down, Meta 1% down, Google 1.80% up, Amazon 0.15% up, Apple 0.17% down. Complete mixed bag, all right? A complete mixed bag. And as you can see already this morning, just chop. We've not done anything. Look at that opening print. We went up, we went down, we went back to the middle. Market does not know what it wants to do. Just let it do whatever it is it's going to do. Just let it do it. Don't be trying to guess. You put something on here, you're 50-50. Nothing more than that. Yeah, quite right, Peter. Well, we're supposed to be going to Palm Springs this weekend. At the moment, it looks like we're both going to go and sit in the house and drink tea and watch films because I think we're going to have much more in us than that. Okay, Bear's trying to force this lower at the moment. They want to come and check that previous day value area low by the looks of it. This level down here. If they get through that, you've got Globex down here. Previous day low all the way down here, just under 400. So I'd expect bulls will want to try and protect value. We've literally gone nowhere. We've done 60 points in the opening 3 minutes, going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Let's see. Can the bears get down to value area low and can they get below it for a drive to test overnight levels? Let's get an anchor on here before I forget. Get rid of that one. Well, we expected chop, and chop is what we're getting. Back to sort the opening print and VWAPs and flow zones. Never got down to value. Bulls protecting value. Back to the upside we're going to go here. And see if the bears come and protect that morning high and send us back into the midpoint of the range, and then maybe they send us back down to value again, and you're going to get the idea here. There you go, protecting the high. So yeah, if you're doing anything here, then maybe you've got a system for this. I certainly do not have a system for this right now. It's a gamble. There's the high of day, new high of day in the New York session. So maybe they come back up for this previous day point of control. We're thick in here. Like I said, I just think this is going to be very back and forth. If I was going to be a buyer, I'd want to be a buyer down here today. Don't really want to be a buyer up here because we're approaching this thick grey level, which we traded under over numerous times yesterday, which is why it's marked. You can see rejection of that volume. So, yeah, I would be somewhat cautious trying to do anything up here if you're looking to be a buyer. I don't know what you can risk off up here. You can go for whatever you want, but you are not. You should. If you zoom out, you will see you're slap bang in the middle of a range right now. So I don't think anyone's. We're not at the edge of a range, and I don't like trading ranges if we're not at the edge, because I don't know what you're risking off. This is a thick area. If they want to come and test previous day POC, they can. It's what they tried to do in Globex. You can see Globex just peaked above there. Tap previous day POC. Do they defend previous day point of controls, the bears, or do they let it through? Remember, the 800 was the big level yesterday. If I want to be a buyer, I've got to be a buyer down at value. And we haven't got down there yet today. We've failed to rotate down that far. We weren't too far away, but we haven't got down there. This POC is probably where they're trying to get at the moment. It's where we failed overnight, so it might well be where they're trying to get up towards. It's coming in the new course, Kevin. It will be in the new course. I'm not giving away any more edge for free on YouTube. When it gets into advanced trading, I give away far too much as it is. So defending 700 so far, back inside this thick grey box. Guys, lots of you asking questions. Go and watch the free videos, all right? Go and watch the free videos on volume profile that I put up. Everything's in there. Just a whole lot of nothing on the tape right now. All right, let's get one of these from the open up. Google having a day here, over 4% up. Big push from Google, probably driving this market at the moment. VIX underneath its pre-market lows. Question is, does it find a bid here into sort of 2360 to 2340s, where it found a bid yesterday in the afternoon and broke out from? Yes, Nvidia earnings are tonight, Red Don, 420. So they're trying to get up to POC at the moment, and you'll just see a lot of back and forth here on the tape. Just nothing, for me, there's nothing to do here. There's no edge here. Quite happy to sit still. Look at lower time frame algo, look at the VWAPs, look at your close, look at the flow zones, look at everything sideways. It's pointing sideways. There's no trend here, there's no edge. We're not at a key level, we're not up high enough at a key level to fade, we're not low enough at a key level to buy. We're just at the edge of the wedge. There you go, so protecting that edge. Nice, Michael, lovely work. Lovely work. Back to this grey box. Same, Peter. Yeah, I've got absolutely no interest in this market. It's not at any level that I'm interested in trading at the moment. If you're watching other traders who are getting in and out of this market, then I don't know what they're playing, because there's nothing to do here other than get yourself caught. And this market is in a liquidity building phase. Absolutely is. We've not tested an edge. Okay, back down towards VWAP. They're trying to bid off it right now. They do want to, if they're going to complete a rotation off VWAP, they want to go POC, but who knows whether they have the strength to do that. No, guys, this is when I get frustrated. FOMC is not coming. FOMC is not today. FOMC minutes are going to be released later. They are minutes based on the last meeting, which we already know the result of. So we might see how hawkish they really were. But FOMC is not coming today, guys. So let's get that straight, all right? There's no rate cut happening today. The next rate cut, if they do it, is next month. Let's make sure you're accurate and you know what you're talking about. All right, Nvidia earnings, 420. FOMC minutes this afternoon. No rate cut. Really important you know the difference. Big difference between FOMC minutes and rate cut decisions. No worries, Chad. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make it to lunch, to be honest. We do like an hour, see how we feel. You can hear like I'm so bunged up. Yes, 2 o'clock, Raf. Yeah, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Eastern. Minutes released. Remember, like, we saw some comments even early this morning. There was a few Fed members in alignment with Powell saying, you know, we cannot guarantee a cut in December. They're trying to do a breakout here to get to the previous day point of control. They're trying to build this liquidity of current point of control to get up here. This is target 1 and this is target 2 up into value. Like I said, this is beyond what I would want to trade right now. I don't mind buying dips at the lows at value. We didn't see that. Didn't even get down there. I'm not going to buy high today. That's for sure. It would have to really get above 800, 850 if it's going to be like a trend join at highs. And I just can't imagine they're going to let that happen in this market today. But you never know. So here's the move back towards previous day point control. So if you are long in this for any reason, you want to be locking in as we get into this red line above. This right here. That's what they've been defending. And through that, we're probably going to go 800. What was that high from? Yeah, to the 800s. If they get through this, 800s is where they want to go to. That was the level they defended non-stop yesterday. Okay, non-stop yesterday. They defended 800 over and over and over again. Yesterday afternoon. Okay, that was defended non-stop yesterday afternoon. Just be aware of that. And some selling on the tape here now as they try and defend around these 700s and that point of control. They're desperate to complete the rotation, which they're unable to complete right now. Haven't quite got there. I mean, they're not very shy of it, are they? They're pretty much there. They're pretty much there in fairness to them. They're pretty much there in fairness to them. We should be fair to them. The buyer's trying to absorb here, but like I said, previous day point of control is probably the target, and then through that 800 if they are able to complete the rotation. I don't know if they're going to be able to complete through it all. That's what they're attempting to do. I can only tell you what they're attempting to do. So there's previous day point of control. Now I would hold on to see if you can get up to 800 now, if you're in this long. So through here, value area high up here. Now this is the area yesterday which they defended over and over. I will tell you, if we get over, this is the thick area that we went over on the weekly. If they get over this, there is squeeze potential. I would have quite happily been long for this off here, but not off this move here. It's far too risky. And I'm okay. Like I had a chat with one of you last night. Is if I don't see what I want in the tape, if I don't see the setup I want, I don't trade it. I'm not going to chase in a range rotating market. Here's the squeeze. So next level value area high up here. VIX coming back downside. Google absolutely sending it 5% up. Absolute madness. Madness from the Goog. Really strong. I'm sweating. Not well, folks. Really not well. There's a previous day point of control being back tested now. Okay, current point of control on the day all the way down here in this grey box. Main objective or first objective was previous day. They've tagged it. The next level will be this move into value. They will probably want to defend value. All right. If I was them, I'd be looking to defend value, because if we get through 800 and 850, a bigger squeeze is on in this market. I will tell you that now, because it was defended so aggressively yesterday afternoon. If they can't defend that today, there will be a lot of stops up there that will get popped. So just be aware of that. Bulls are trying to really get going here. It's an impressive tape, to be honest. VIX is really dying. We're coming up towards the top side of this range. All right, so if we start getting through 800s, gap fill will be 880 from a couple of days ago. Lots of stops up here. Remember, this is like your resistance zone, this up here. If we get through that, there is a lot of stops up here that will be popped. Bears will want to defend this. I see flow zone indicators as an add-on with the course. Is it the same for TradingView, or does it come with the course? Add-on for Ninja. There is a version of it that comes with the course. If you want the Pro, you can upgrade to the Pro version. Ninja is a separate add-on, you're right. If you buy it all in one go, you get a bigger discount. So if you're looking to buy the course, if you add it on at the checkout, you'll get a bigger discount than if you do it separately later. Okay, so back down to previous day point of control here. Current point of control on the session down here. We're building out more volume up here currently. This is, we've come up into the area where bears would want to defend. If you just look left from yesterday, and zoom you out. Where are you? All right, this is the level yesterday afternoon. Bulls had a good go at trying to do this move and they failed. This is the level bears will want to protect, because if bulls get above here, there's a bigger squeeze. So bears watching this level, trying to get this move here. This might open up for later. I was happy to be a buyer down here today for a rotation up to this, but I don't want to be a buyer up here particularly. I'm actually not feeling good, and I'm happy to do absolutely nothing today equally. Oh. Alex, what are your current volume sessions for this session, and how does it plot that on the right hand side? It's an anchored volume profile. I have it set just like this. All right. You can do ticks, or you can do 1,000 rows. It's up to you. 1,000 per row or 2 ticks. It doesn't matter which. Same. It's an anchored volume profile set from the New York Open. But we're trying to get this squeeze out to previous day value area high here. I am sick, Kevin. Yes, it's the first thing I said this morning when I came to the chart. Tapping into yesterday's supply. VIX still pulling down. Google now 5% up. Apple relative strength as well, 0.72% up. Looks good. Tesla up as well. Nvidia 2.5% up. We're getting near that previous day value area high. If you've been long in any of this for any reason, you are starting to see the flow zone start to possibly offer a trend if we're going to see expansion. But this is an area where you want to be selling into. You do not want to be in new money long up here. It would need to get above supply and base above. Lots of stops from yesterday into sort of 810. Into 810-ish. Range actually not too bad. Very, very good. Very surprised. 207 points. There's some selling up here into that supply from yesterday. Previous day value area high currently being protected. We're in nothing more than a range rotation, so I said it wouldn't be a new money long up here. You are asking for it. Maybe if it pulls back and, you know, offers a base out and we haven't completed the rotation, maybe there's something there you might want to take. So protecting this shelf, you can see this little shelf being developed up here. They're trying to get that previous day value area high and 810. That's what bulls are trying to complete the rotation to. Bears are trying to defend this area. Here is your shelf currently being developed. Same area as yesterday afternoon. Right. And then under here, pretty thin all the way down to 675. So bulls are trying to complete the rotation up here. Under here, pretty thin down to 675. Still squeezing here. It is still squeezing. It's very impressive, to be honest. Very, very impressive. Up into 800s. So your TP coming up here, if you did take the long, previous day value area high, lots of stops are at 810 from yesterday. And over that, well, let's have a look. Over 850, there is a squeeze available all the way up to 950. I'll say that much. I am somewhat surprised they want to do this on the opening drive this morning. But hey, like we always talk about, they will do whatever they want to do. Some big buyers up there into 800 currently got themselves caught on that last drive. They're looking for those stops at 810 at the moment. Lots of buying up here, not much seeing much continuation yet, but they're looking for the stops at 810, and then you're looking for 850 if you're actually in this long. I'm not in a position. I don't know if I'm well enough to trade today, folks. I'm going to be honest with you. After this 850, if they drive through, here you go, squeezing through now 10s, and then you're going to get 50s, and then through that you're probably going to get 960 as possible. Gap fill would be 900, and 960 is possible for previous day high as well. So it's a big drive here. It is impressive that they've turned the boosters on out the gate. Somewhat surprised they didn't at least come down to here, but there we go. VIX underneath previous day low now. You've just popped all those stops at 810. Next level is 850 and then the 900s. It is impressive that they've done this on an opening drive. Really impressive. I thought they'd do this after Nvidia tomorrow. I thought they'd just stick in the range and do this tomorrow. Nice, Green Otter. Looking forward to working with you. So still trying to pop these into 850s. And then you're looking at 900, 960. All right, I think it's like 9, what's this level here? 908 or something. Be careful if they build this out here, you're thin in that move out. If you've been long in this, just make sure you're managing. We can come right back down 100-point down very, very quickly, because these are big moves. All right, watch your ATRs. These are big old moves. You're still elevated around 30 points ATR per M1. All right, we can shut this door when they're ready for a big old pullback. Remember, no bulls have been washed out of this market. This is a squeeze. Like we talked about for most days on this stream this week, even in bear markets, the bear market rallies are very, very violent. When you get shorts caught at a low or at a pivot and we squeeze away from it, it's very violent. Cup and handle on the 5 minute. Not for me. I don't see that. Not for me. Nice, John. Yeah, anyone who got it, well done. I mean, Flow Zone's offered it, but I think it was kind of ugly, to be honest. It's kind of ugly. I'll be honest. This is how I see it. It's a long trigger. It was a long trigger at midpoint of a range. It's not even a C setup for me, even though it's panned out. This is what I was saying to, I can't remember who it was last night I was talking to. This is what happens with trading. Like, just because it does something doesn't mean you should have been in it. Like, for me, I'm following my rules, especially on a day when I don't feel too good. I'm going to follow my rules. I was happy to buy if we came down into here this morning. If we did something like this, obviously not going to let me draw. If we did something like this, yeah, happy to buy it here and here for that rotation. But I don't want to buy the midpoint of a range. Not really. Okay, we've just popped London from yesterday, I think 60s. Yes, we've just popped London from yesterday. So the next level really would be 960s. There's a previous date. Gap fill will be 905, and Asia from yesterday would be 960s or 958. So you've just done a lot of damage here. Be very careful. You're frothy up here, folks. This is the top level of that supply. If they want to shut this door on your face, they will. All right, this is a new level been built out here. We're very thin, under 28. Well, there's a 20 pointer, but there's maybe a bit more like 50, 60 pointer down to here. So be careful if they flush this. I'll give you a readout in the mag. Tesla now 1.18% up. Nvidia 3% up. Microsoft just gone red to green, 0.09% up. Meta 1% down. Google approaching 6% up. Absolutely insane. 5.64% up. Apple over 1% up. 1.13% up. Amazon the weaker one today. 1.40% down. Here's the drive. So what did I say previous day what open was? 905 or something. So I'll be watching that level. If you're into runners, 905s. Oh, my head, man. $905s and then that London high. To make this bigger, that's how much her head's hurting. 905s and then 956s, I think it was. Big old squeeze. This is the next level. So 905s, you're almost there. Is the gap fill, and then 960s. Yeah, up in this is previous day high up here, 960s. There's 900s. VIX getting absolutely slammed. Bulls in control of this at the moment, lower time frame. This is the short squeeze. Remember, you're now above those levels where the short squeezes can start. This is what you're starting to see. You're seeing a rush to cover. Big exchange up here. You do not want to be adding long positions up here, I tell you that much. That 5 minute. Nasty. Straight upside. 335 points straight upside on a 5 minute in the opening 30 minutes, basically. That's big range, folks. That is more than we used to do in a day in the first 30 minutes. Let's remove that. Oh, mate, I'm freezing. I'm trying to stick with you here, guys. I'm not feeling good at all. I'm trying to stick with you here for a bit. New H1 coming. You're right at previous day open and the 5-day moving average. New lows on VIX. This is impressive that they're doing this so early. It's impressive. You're very steep up here, folks. This can offer a nasty pullback when it's ready. Maybe one more squeeze out into this if you get lucky, if you're still managing a runner. But just be careful. Be careful. Please be careful. Yeah, I will duck out soon, guys. Don't worry. I'll just sit with you for a little bit longer. I'm not going to stay here till lunch, trust me. Okay, previous day open now. Like, hit that previous day open. Only thing left now is previous day high. And then I guess, I mean, can't rule it out. Previous week value area low. I cannot rule it out up into here. Very unlikely, I would say, on a day which would normally be inside. Technically, we're still inside until we get above previous day high, but we're outside of previous day value area high. So any bid that holds above previous day value area high, all right, could be supported now technically as an outside to finish this rotation. Once they take this, there's not that much left to aim for. Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, see, previous day open is here now, 9:05, and previous day high is up at yeah, like 59.50 or somewhere around that. Just call it 60. Just call it 60. Previous day high probably coming here by the looks of it. Google now 6.10% up. It's mad, man. Absolutely crazy. It's a crazy. So at 560, no, sorry, 560, that 800 to 850 was the squeeze trigger like we talked about. And now you're ripping off that. You want to see if they can hold bids back down into that kind of level. Where was that 800? Sort of this level here, here or here. If they hold bids without completing this rotation, maybe they come back for it. If they fail back under here, that is a look above and fail, right? If they fail back inside value, inside the 800s, to look above and fail. Bulls need to basically hold above 800. Bears want this to be a look above and fail back inside the 800 and a rotation down. That's the two moves I'll be looking for the rest of the day in case I get out of this soon. POC now flipped higher. Developing more volume here. You're very close to that previous day high. You're very close. Make sure you've paid yourself on the way up here, please. Make sure you paid yourself. Let's have a look at ES. Yeah, same move on ES. ES trying to get up to 708. 5-day moving average, previous day high up there. Exactly the same move on ES. And same thing. There's been no pullback. It's just straight up on 5-minute bars this morning. So you just be aware of that. It's a big, big, big squeeze. Trump speaking at 12. Oh my God, really? Does he really need to do that on a day like today? What's he speaking about? What is the volume profile? Anchored volume profile. You might get a pullback coming soon. If they don't take previous day high soon and they keep going sideways, you might get that pullback. So just be aware. It hasn't washed any bull out this morning. Just think about what you're witnessing at the moment. It is literally straight up without any stop being taken. Imagine you were bullish anywhere this morning. Your stop is absolutely fine. It has not taken anyone out. It will not last forever. At some point, it will want to take people's stops. Oh. There you go. So I'd be watching 800. I know it's a long way, sort of 840 to 800. If you're trying to be bullish, you need that level to hold. Oh. If it takes all the low-hanging fruit out above you, it's going to be quite hard for you to be bullish on a pullback, isn't it? Because it's got less reason to go up then. It means it's run all the stops. So just think about that as well. The only real thing left here is this previous day high, that red line on your chart. Let's have a look above that. Is there much? What's this line here? What is that? Previous week close, is it? Next level would be 25,094-ish. Yeah, it's absolutely fine, Ari. You can use it on any time frame at all that you want. As long as you're playing that time frame, as long as you understand what's happening in that time frame, that's all that matters. All right, you're starting to see volume be built out up here. If bulls cannot complete the rotation to previous day high, do not be surprised if there's a nasty wash, as lots of volume has just been built up here. Right, they're trying to complete this. Here's your volume shelf. If they can't hold this, you can see a dunk down to here, and even here very, very quickly, because this has gone straight up. This would just be a pullback or a pullback to then try and go higher to take this out, this low-hanging fruit. If they take this first and then do it, if I was you, I'd be less interested in this market in general. There are sellers trying to sell this and they're not getting their way yet. They're trying. They're trying to be aggressive here to break 900s and come down towards that 840 to 800. And if we don't take out previous day high, that's where bulls will want to try and step in somewhere around that 840 to 800 mark, I would imagine. It's the edge of the first shelf here that we just talked about. And if they fail this, that next grey box is possible. Right, so here's the edge of the first shelf. I can get this one up for you. All right, here's your edge. Bulls trying to defend this edge. If you let go of this, here's your next one. Here's your next one. All right. We have not liquidated anyone yet today. All right, you're only starting to see only the top guys here who've bought the very highs currently are feeling pain. No one here is in pain. All right, no bull is truly in pain here right now. They are holding on very, very, very well here, looking for that previous day high. That's what they're looking for. There's no doubt about it. Just flagged this again. It's really good hold of this grey box. The top side of the grey box, this is where they're trying to get, and then through here, this is your next level up here. Very, very strong. Very strong squeeze. Shorts are really struggling here. Here you go. Here's the move. So PDH, your low-hanging fruit through that. It's an old weekly close up here if they're really going to get motoring. I think you get previous day up here. Really do. You're so close. You might as well go and take it. So any hold of this grey box, bulls should defend it. Underneath that grey box, you just go rotation to next level down and so forth. But momentum has gone bullish on the day, no doubt about it. Flow zone started expanding. Right in here was horrible, but once they started expanding, that buy signal was literally perfect. It's insane. Once they got that, and you saw that it's starting to fan out, and then it was impressive. It was impressive. It's an impressive move. Chicken noodle soup, yeah. Well, it's a bit early for that for me. It's 7:13 in the morning. I don't think I can do chicken noodle soup yet. A hot bath and a sleep sounds good. I've barely slept. I woke up 2 o'clock, just my head pounding. Top Bollinger, get out of it, Jesse. Where's that top Bollinger? They're going for all-time highs. I'm from London. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from London, but I live in LA. Top Bollinger, get out of it. Can you imagine? Nvidia with a quadruple beat. You're almost there. That red line, top red line, that's your previous day high. And that's why we've got a red box up there. Supply up there. Grey box is your first support system. Each grey box is the volume you've built on the way up. This is nothing more than a big old squeeze. All right, PDH taken. Only thing left now to go for really is this grey area up here. This previous week close, I think. Thursday, Friday. Yeah, that's previous week close. All right. That would be like all the way back to Friday's close, basically, from last week. That would be like nothing's happened. Do I miss the UK? What do you think? Absolutely not. Miss my mates. Miss the banter. Miss a good pub. So I guess there are parts I miss. Miss going to the Premier League or the rugby. But other than that, no. Still squeezing. This is a really impressive squeeze. Next level is all the way up here. That's your weekly close. Man, Google 6.66% up. Pubs in LA. There's one decent pub in LA, which is an English pub. They don't know how to pour a pint here. Fucking getting a good pint here is basically impossible. It's like it's always flat and it's always got no head and it's never cold enough. It's that bad that like if you got it poured in an English pub, you'd be like, pour that again, mate. But they don't. They just don't know how to pour it here. It's a joke. I'd only drink bottled beer here because they can't pour a pint. How sad's that? I order a bottled beer here because they don't know how to pour a pint. Unless you go to like there's good pubs here, like the Irish pubs, like the Old Fella, is good. Queen's Head, Santa Monica, it's good. It's English pub, old English pub. By a pint, do I mean a kind of beer? No, a pint is the size of the beer that you would order in England. You wouldn't go to a pub in England and say, "Can I have a glass of beer?" Or you wouldn't even say a beer. You'd just be like, "Can I get a pint of Stella, please?" Or "Can I get a pint of this, please?" I don't drink cider. Too sweet for me, mate. Maybe when I was a kid. Yeah, and the bonds are all up today as well. Got my eye on everything. Just a bit of a relief day across the board right now. Yeah, I'm sure New York does that. That would make total sense to me. I'm sure New York does it. So previous day high taken. Low hanging fruit taken. Only thing left if they're going to drift it higher is the previous week close. You're building out a decent amount of liquidity up here. Remember, you've hit your objectives. So, I mean, even if they dip back down now, it's hard to want to be long on pullbacks now because this is a a giant squeeze out, which has now taken the high. So, you know, there's less reason for them to catch a bid to go back up now because they've done the work. Alex, do you know where the term mind your P's and Q's, where it comes from? Your please and thank yous. I don't know who invented it. Whenever I hear that, I just think of Kano. But yeah, it means please and thank yous. You tell me, where does it come from? Do you know the where it originated from? It's just shortening for please and thank yous. Pints and quarts. Is it actually? No, it's not. Is it actually? Wow, I didn't know that. I just think of Kano when I hit from his song way back in the day. Instead of going for small trades, why don't you size up and go for the jugular? I've been watching you for a while. You're pretty good at this. I size up when the conditions are good for me to size up in, and when I have my accounts at positions that I'm happy to size up in. That's pretty cool. I never knew that. Thanks for that, Roscoe. Nice fact. Pints and quarts. Mind your pints and quarts. More coffee for Peter. Don't blame you, mate. So back towards this shelf that we've built up. If they fail this shelf, then we probably go 850s to 800s. But they've built up a huge amount of volume up here now. If they remember, this has literally been straight up. You can imagine us coming back down to test some of this if they want. This is the big level. Is your current point of control on the day. This is a big squeeze out without any pullback of any significance. What a wild market. Just a casual 415 points straight up without pullback. Just have I just said that? 415 points straight up. Look at an M5. No pullback, just straight up on an M5. That is insane. Welcome to the short squeezes in bear markets. This is what happens. Bear market rallies. We've talked about it all week. It's exactly what happens. If anyone's been here all week with me, I've said the rallies in bear markets are very violent. There you go. So I'm selling up here, building out this volume. It's getting pretty thick up here. They let go of the shelf, then I think we do some washes into some of these key levels down here. $750. I mean, previous day point of control. It could, couldn't it? It could come back to here. It could come back to there. They're starting to see some of these bulls who have chased the highs above previous day high. Remember, anyone who's been a breakout buyer above previous day high, I don't know why we would do that, but people do that. They might start to feel some pressure here soon. You won't get that rotation. I'm trying to hold on here, folks. See if I can get another 40 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom here. You have to excuse me. I'm really not feeling good. I'll be right back. it's still building out in this shelf. Jack, you're short. I mean, the area is good. I haven't seen it let go of anything yet, but the area is good. I'll be honest, I haven't been watching the tapers closely today. I'm just not feeling well, but let me have a quick look for you. You want to defend 64, 65. If bears defend that, then I'd say there's a little bit of excess left above that. All right, but I'd be cautious on any reclaim of 65 right now, just based on the order flow. Yeah, Tyson, they just emailed out actually saying that they know they're still experiencing problems. They're doing everything they can to fix it. So who is it that just said they're short? Jack. So just be careful here. They need to defend that area. You're still building volume. I mean, for me, there's no short trigger here. You're still holding flow zones. You're still basing out. But if they defend 64, 65, you have had excess above that. But you would need to see that defended. I think that last push, did that come right into it? 63.75 was pretty good, wasn't it? So that's the level, whatever that last push was, like I talked about. Bulls are stuck above that. Reclaim that. I would be very cautious to hold on to your short. But I would personally, I wouldn't be shorting this yet. I haven't seen a move away from anything yet. Yeah, I think they get it fixed for tomorrow, Tyson. Oh, you're trading ES. Okay, well, as long as you're doing what works for you, mate. Like, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. But if you've got a strategy that's working for you, that's how you should trade. You stick to it. Still defending that kind of level for now. Wiggle here in the tape. There's a battle here in the tape. Starting to see some stronger sellers try and come in, being more aggressive here. They haven't got that move down yet, but they are trying. They're trying to pile in here. Yeah, IB coming. IB's coming. 30 seconds or so. 45 seconds. Just got absorbed there again. Bears tried to sell under 50 and it just got absorbed there again. So they're going to retest this 64. Bears trying to defend 64. I'd say if they can't defend it, they're going to be in trouble. Francesca, go to the end of the course. You'll see a module. In that module, it'll tell you what to do. There's like, I think it's either called Discord or it's called members or community or something like that. You just got to shoot me an email from there. It tells you what to say, and then I'll add you in. Yes, we're definitely building up liquidity. Your point of control's up here, right? But we're defending 64, but not seeing a breakdown at the underside of this. I mean, we can tie this in smaller now. There's your zone. This is your zone, which they're trading in. So yes, we're definitely building liquidity, aren't we? We've traded the most volume on the whole session has been traded up here now. Someone will get hurt. It's a matter of time. And if they fail this, then, you know, they have room. I'd watch the 900s and then sub 900s, 850s to 830s. And you'll be aware of bear traps today. If their ambition is to get to that previous week close, you have to be aware of bear traps. We're starting to see that move away from that liquidity now. It's the first time I'd say you're starting to see a move away from liquidity, but be very, very cautious. Bulls have been in control all morning. POC is here. For me on NinjaTrader, POC is at 38s or 40s, and just be aware of that. We're just trading around point of control right now. They caught it again. So that's the bear trap underneath that shelf. Back to the top side, and they're going to keep going backwards and forwards. And this can take a while until they've got enough caught one side that they want to use. Like I said, the trend today so far has been up. Oh. It's interesting. Are they actually going to print an outside day? Be so impressive. It would be so impressive. Man, colds are the worst. I haven't had one in so long. Last time I was ill was COVID. That was like, what, June or July. Bear's trying to defend this area. It's such a big area, man. Look at the lows from Monday. From, 10 o'clock into 2 o'clock, and we traded away from it and retested it and stay heavy. If bulls reclaim this area, it's really, really impressive. Over where? Over what area? Over this whole area. I'm not going to do the math on you. You can see it on the session volume profile. It's right here in front of you. Look, you can see it right here. It's a thick area, right? From 62 up to 87. That's where it's thick. And then it thins out a bit, and then we get a bit thinner until we get to this 900. It's right here for you. You don't need me to tell you. It's in front of you on the chart. I have it in front of you for that reason. I think there's a wash coming soon, and it's just whether they trap bears in that wash or not. Starting to build up lots of volume here, starting to see bearish pressure try and force this wash down into some of these levels. Previous day high taken, starting to build volume up at those highs, and now we're starting to move away from those highs. Yeah, Kevin, you see that book map above me? It's right there. It's there. There. That's why I have it there for you to use. And even if you're not, you can use volume profile. You can see, where are we thick? 37 to 50. It's here. You don't need to know the exact order number. You can see where we're thick. This. Doesn't matter if it's Bookmap or whatever you're using. So if bears defend basically 40 to 50, 10-point range, you can see a rotation maybe for this wick and down into here. If bulls reclaim that, I'd be watching out for a big old squeeze out. Bear traps in this environment can be pretty nasty. I'm not playing this game anymore, guys. Starting to see bears come in here. They need to defend this level, this grey box right here. That is what they must defend. If you're going to see a wash down here, if they fail to defend it, this can be a bullish move. This can be a two-leg. If they catch this, this is what you're going to get. And that target will be up here if they do that. That's a very, very bullish move if they do it. Up into this. Bears will try and defend this grey box here. That's an important level for them to defend right now. That's what you're watching. Overall momentum in this session has been upside. There's no doubt about it. You are 415 points higher. We've built out some volume going sideways. You just can't rule anything out in this market. I'm going to start ignoring chat because some of the stuff I'm seeing is nonsensical at this point. It's starting to find a bid up towards that previous day low. How it reacts there is going to be important, I would say. They're successfully defending so far that box. That is the area. It's been the area the whole time. There is room both sides here. It's just going to be a battle of who's going to win. A higher time frame bear is going to protect this area or not. It's really that simple. Do higher time frame bears want to protect this area and force the rotation back down or not? If the answer is no, or that the bulls are saying, hey, we want it higher, then they will win. The levels are here. I've put them there for you. Trade it as you want. I'm not active today. I'm not well enough to be trading today. Starting to see some bears try and force their way in here. This 900 is a level. They keep soaking off the 900 over and over and over again, these bulls. If you get a breakdown here, and you know that next grey box is not out the question. It isn't out the question. There you go. So starting to trade into the 900s. Once you snap this, there is potential room. Just be careful of bear traps because you're basically trying to play the counter trend of the high, but we are rejecting volume. So this was the area I told you so many times. If bears defend this, which they did, this move here is possible and this is possible, okay? Because we haven't pulled back yet. They can, bulls can set a trap and do this. So you do not want to be bearish on any reclaim of that level. That's all I'm saying. If you want to be bearish at this level, looking for the wash, that makes sense. But do not be bearish above this level. All right, because then you're going to try and pick a top and you will get hurt. If you want to be bullish, if you're waiting, I'd say one big problem, you've taken the low-hanging fruit today. But I don't love this play. It's probable that they will squeeze if they do that play, but it means you're buying very high. It's very risky. The easier bullish move will be something like this. you know, something like that off an area, or even that same move down here will be a nicer rotational move. Right now, bears starting to take control after trapping bulls at the highs after the previous day high was taken. Here's the 900s, big psychological level, this 900. VIX still trying to get up to previous day low here. Okay, Tesla 1.86% up, Nvidia 3.25% up, Microsoft 0.13% down, Meta 1.10% down, Amazon 1% down, Apple 1.37% up, and Google 5.61% up. Currently trading over 300s. Amazing. Amazing strength. Bears looking for that snap down to that next area. That's what the bears are looking for. They're looking to have trapped bulls and defend this area. Remember, this is the area from Monday. If we zoom out, right, this is the area. Under, over, under, over. Think about this. We always talk about support, support, breakdown, resistance, resistance, breakdown. Currently resistance, we get over it, support and squeeze as possible, which is why I'm saying if we get over that, you do not want to be bearish. But right now, they're doing a good job of defending it. They've let bulls chase above previous day high. They've created a volume shelf here. They're defending the volume shelf here. They're liquidating this player here. And now they're trying to get a flush into these grey boxes. And then what happens at that point, I don't know. We're going to have to watch the momentum as we get down there, right? Do bulls come back in or not? I'm starting to sweat now. Fuck. I might not be on tomorrow, folks. All right. I'm away Friday, but if I'm feeling like this tomorrow, I'm going to have to just try and rest. Otherwise, I'm just going to set myself back. So a trap can live in this low volume node. So if you've been bearish, you don't want to see this snap back from here. You don't want this to act as a support mechanism. You want a straight flush down to the next level. If you're bearish on this move here into 38s or 40s, you want to see a straight swipe down and then just trail it down, and hopefully it just pukes all the way out for you. It would be very nice, because think about what we've done today. Have we built any structure really on the way up? Not really, have we? All right, so the deeper this goes, the better. But you do not want to be bearish above this grey box up here in red line. That is absolutely asking for it. If they reclaim that, it is asking for it. Oh, my head. All right, here's the retest of it. Again, if they reclaim this, I would not hold on to your shorts. If they reclaim this, I would not hold on. If they defend it, you're fine. All right, if they keep using it as a level to sell into, you're fine. But I would not hold on to shorts above it. I wouldn't be risking high of day here, personally. For me, I think it's way too risky. Yeah, don't blame you, Mike. I mean, it's one of those days, right? Like, I was happy to be long, you know, if we came down into here. Maybe that was stingy of me, but, you know, I'm not going to play the opening drive when all we did was this. We think about what we did this morning. Up, down, up, down, up, down the first, 4 minutes. Didn't come into here. I was looking for a look below and fail if I'm going to be a trigger long. And then we go. And we chop around here for a bit, and then we go. And we just go. We don't stop. We don't do anything other than straight up. So you're now, like you said, we've taken previous day high. Low-hanging fruit's gone. You're going to see a move back down. We don't know if bulls are going to come in and defend that move because they've just got the big squeeze out that they wanted. Who's to say this doesn't come all the way down to low of day? We've seen weirder things happen in this market, right? We've absolutely seen weirder things happen right now. It's a big squeeze out. Remember, it was 415 point squeeze out this morning. Do I think they want to take 25,000? I mean, they were pretty close. So, but you know, it's not a level other than a psychological level. The level really, if they're gonna get above today's high, the level really is up here, 25,000, and let's just call it 95. That's the level. They are building more volume out here, walking this down. Yeah, pretty much, Peter. Pretty much. I'd watch VIX into previous day low here into a shelf. If it rejects it, bulls might come in and try and find a bid soon. But if we keep going straight through it and it's going to go back up to New York Open now, well, then this market can get heavy pretty quick. And we were very, very thin on the way up. This volume's been built on the way back down, wasn't really built on the way up. There's shelf here now. You just call it 900. If they fail that, maybe we get down into this grey box and VWAP. And maybe even test previous day value area high. You know, because technically if we bid above previous day value area high, we can have an outside push. I mean, they started too low today. They're nasty. The way they did it was pretty nasty. But it's just because shorts started tripping over themselves. That's all it was in my mind. My sinuses. My poor sinuses. Thank God I don't work as a DJ anymore. I used to have to play like this. I'd feel like shit. Pardon my French. Money in the swear jar again. All right, previous day low here for VIX. Big level it's trading into now, basically into 23s. Heaviness coming into this market. They're trying to sell it pretty hard right now. You can see the bumps in the road. I've got them marked out for you. If bulls are going to step in, those are the areas they can potentially step in. You cannot rule this out just selling the whole thing back. It's literally gone straight up. You don't know if it's going to go straight down. You just don't know. It's completed its objective. I don't know what their plan is with this today. Where is SPY? 64 Qs back above 600. Yeah. It's okay. All right, into sort of that next little bump in the road down here. Maybe they get VWAP. So much pain. Can almost do another one of these here now. This lower edge. Bears will want to defend this now. VIX getting close to that level now, very close into 23s now, trading at 22.98. So very, very close. Through previous day low already. Can it hold a bit above it on the VIX? If so, we're a bit congested in here. I'd say 23 to 23.50 and then through that New York Open, which would mean we'd give back the whole move, obviously, if VIX did that move to New York Open. Into these deep pullback flow zones. New York view up underneath. We have liquidity, a little bit of liquidity built out underneath, not a whole lot. Value on the day back down at 760. So you can see once they trapped those guys at the top and they successfully defended it, now we're starting to wash down to search. What we're searching for? We're searching for new value. All right, we're searching for fair value. None was deemed up there. We've moved away from it now. All the buyers got caught moving aggressively away. We're going to search for value. We don't know if and when that value comes. It might not come. It might be that they go all the way back to the lows because we haven't built any structure. I don't know. I can only tell you what I'm seeing in front of me. I have no idea what their intentions for this are. The VWAP is currently trading at 34s. And I think it was 840 to 800s or 850 to 800s was the levels from yesterday, right? So here we go. Here's the 40s, VWAP coming up. And under that, previous day value area high. So if you're in the short, you look pretty good at the moment. Under this, we get very, very thin again. You can see the shelf there. We get very thin under this. Here's your VWAP bid. So some bids at VWAP here, a little bit of a reaction here. So back down into that grey box and shelf. That's your first reaction of the day for buyers. And you need to see if they can sustain anything here, really, don't you? You need to see, are they going to hold this grey box? This is a cover point for you. If you were short, you should be taking a partial here. If they flush this, previous day value area high, and then all the way back down into 740s. All right, so hopefully this makes sense for you. My head is pounding, so I am not actively trading this today, folks. But hopefully me making sense of this is helping you. Maybe I'm able to teach even more than normal because I'm not really trading it. Oh, did it? Did it really, Mo? Yeah, for me, it was just it was a look above previous day high and fail. That's all it was for me. Squeeze out, look above, fail, into key level here. Bulls either hold this level. If they fail to hold this level, we drop down. So the rotations, if bulls hold this level, right, the rotation will be between this box and this box, right? Because that's when we get thick. If they reclaim this between this box and this box. If bulls fail the rotation, we're going to come down either here or here. And that's the battle. All right, that's how we build liquidity. We're searching to see if this is deemed fair value. Do bulls want to say, hey, no more, this is good, we're happy to buy here, this is too cheap now? Or do they go, hey, no, we're in too much pain here, it's got to come lower, we don't like the price of this here, it's got to come lower before we defend it? And who knows, maybe they don't defend it at all. We don't know that, right? It's searching for prices where bulls might want to buy it. No worries, David. So next cover point for you, if you're in this short, would be that previous day value area high, which is 800, around here, somewhere around here, folks. All right, you should have, if you've been short, you should have paid yourself something. I'm going to be honest, you should have paid yourself something. This is a big move. If you've been short, you should have paid yourself something. Because we're into this sort of grey box zone. If they fail this, then or you get a bigger wash and you'd be very happy. But you've got to pay yourself on the way. You don't know if and when this responds. VIX is really on a pump here, folks. It looks like it's gunning for that New York Open. It really does look like it's gunning for New York Open. We can't rule out, we cannot rule out a low day here. It's just mad that I'm even saying that, but straight up, we can go straight back down, right? 415 points up. Can you imagine if we go 415 points down? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. VIX still going. 2350s now on the VIX. It is still going. This thing is flying. What a market. What a market. Next point is previous day value area low. Sorry, previous day value area high, and this box here, 24-hour view up. Those are your next points, but you should have paid yourself on the way down. I mean, we're almost at value area low on the session, right? If you're talking about current session, but you have to respect the previous day's session as well. So this is a big cover point. If you're playing value, that's a major cover point here for previous day and current day. Remember, current day isn't set. I'm like, maybe we want to expand it. We don't know. We don't know. So here it is. For me on Ninja, it's right here, right now. VIX is still going, folks. VIX is still going. This is very bearish right now. All those bulls who chased getting absolutely annihilated. Still seeing bears try and fly in here at these lows. They're still selling. I'm not seeing a bid on the tape yet. I'm not seeing a bid on the tape yet. This is all selling. I haven't seen anyone come in and say enough. This is all sell side pressure so far. First time I've seen a cover bid here right now. It's the first time since this move down I've really seen one. And I'm not ruling out low of day. You can't rule it out right now. This is so heavy. So next block here, VWAP here. Straight up all morning. Are we going to go straight down? Straight up all morning. Are we going to go straight down? VIX almost at New York Open. Man, oh man. Wild. What a wild market. I am absolutely sweating buckets right now. Ugh, sweaty, sweaty. Bit of a shakeout and bid here. The bears still in control here. Still not seeing any bears get trapped here. Still aggressive selling at the lows and we're still moving lower. Bears are in control here. No doubt about it. What a market. It's just so directional. Like, it's just like we go one direction, we stop, we go the other direction. Like, we just don't build out structure anymore in these markets because it's squeeze one way, basically squeeze the other way effectively is what I'm trying to say. That's all it does. Okay, previous day point of control down here, VWAP down here. Where's VIX is almost at that New York Open. Oh my gosh. This is so bearish right now. The momentum in here is so heavy. I'm still not seeing that much of a bid. This is straight down. This is not even tried to find a bid. Look, straight down, straight up, straight down. Let's see where we are in terms of a fib. Come on, TradingView. I have not got the energy for you to fuck up today, please. So coming into the 61, this is so bearish. Right, first bit of size has been put on the tape there. 800 lot, and I wouldn't trust him one bit if I was you. That's such a big size. I think he's probably a spoofer, but it's the first time I've seen some size been put on a bid today. But I would not trust him. They're going to come for him. He's advertising, and I guarantee you he fucking pulls it. This looks very bearish to me, folks. Very, very, very bearish to me right now. I'm not sure I would trust that guy at all down there. I reckon he pulls it the moment you get anywhere near him. I reckon he's a spoofer. I reckon he's a seller, and I reckon he pulls it. VIX at New York Open now. VIX at that New York Open now. NQ at VWAP. ES under VWAP. SPY under VWAP. QQQ under VWAP. NQ at VWAP. Is there a response at all today from these bulls, or did we just trap everyone at that high and it's time to go from new lows again? I have no idea. Genuinely, I have no idea what they want to do with this market. All I know is we're back inside yesterday's value right now. We didn't defend previous day value area high. Some response here from bulls, but still not big. You'd want to see Mr. 800 lot move up if he's legit, and right now he's not budged. And I don't reckon he's legit. It happens by both, Mo, by both. So VIX rejecting New York Open for now. Are we just going to go sideways now? Seriously? You guys not going to participate all of a sudden? What are you doing? They've just stopped. Literally, they've just stopped while they figure out what they're doing, I guess. So if they do squeeze, they'd be coming up here into 828, basically, this grey box. And if they got over that, back up here. And this is the rotation. And if they fail this, probably down. We can move this a little bit. Probably down to this sort of Globex level. I've got to turn this light down, folks. I'm really sorry. I'm getting such a bad headache. I know it doesn't look as good on stream, but my head is pounding right now. So some buyers trying to wake up here. It's probably as much covering as anything else. This can still be a bear flag, which is sold into to move lower right now because they haven't built any structure out. I would just be very careful. It's a very one-way tape. We're either going straight up or we're going straight down. We haven't seen much liquidity be built out other than that. This is current value area low on the day, and they can expand it because we are now inside previous day's value. So they failed to hold previous day value for now. Yes, we are in a high volume node. This grey box showing you the high volume nodes. All right, I marked them out for you. That's why they're there. Few shorts got stuck at 770 there, but I would struggle to trust this, honestly. I would really struggle to trust this right now. I just think in markets like this, big players will do whatever big players want to do. And as smaller fish, it's very, very hard when they just go, okay, one side to the other. Who knows? Maybe they come all the way down here, this side to this side. So it's a rotational market in 415 points of rotation. Mind blown, but that's what it is. That's the size of weekly moves back in the day. We're doing those in 45 minutes. Nice, David. You're basically back into the midpoint of the range today. I mean, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this? Probably not a lot. Not a lot you can do with this here. Are they actually going to give this whole move back? You'd expect them to defend. If they're going to defend this, I would say they need to defend this in this area now. If they give this whole move back, I mean, man, that is a big, what should we say? It's a big tell on the market, isn't it? If they're going to give 420 plus points back, it's a pretty big tell that this market is scared shitless right now if they're not going to hold any pullback. That's how I read it anyway. I'd be like, okay, the market's scared shitless. So if they're going to hold it, they need to hold here and they need to reclaim all of this and try and get up into there if bulls have got any chance today to do anything reasonable. Every pot now starting to be sold. Hey, this is the story from the last few days. That last pot was just passively sold. And I don't like that you have got an 800 lot advertising that he's a buyer underneath 725. I don't like that one bit. Gonna come for him. I fucking guarantee we come for him, and I guarantee he leaves the tape. Here we come. How long till we... Oh, who'd have guessed? Who'd have fucking guessed he left the tape? Told ya. Absolutely told ya. It's so, their games are so obvious, but it's so dirty. It's so dirty, folks, when they do that. Yeah, he's non-existent. He's non-existent because he's not a buyer. He's a seller trying to make price go lower. That's exactly what he is, so that you understand. He wants price to go lower. So he's advertising a big old order there and pulling it when it gets close because he's got no ambition on actually buying that. And down we go. Bulls are fucked. This is a big problem now. And this should be a big warning sign to everyone of, hey, we're not respecting levels. We're not holding above value. We're just selling. Everything is being sold, no matter what. That's a bit of a warning sign, I would say. If bulls can't defend after squeezing 400 points, it's a warning sign, isn't it? If they can't defend, it's a big warning sign. It's the first covering we've seen right here into previous day point of control. First bit of covering we've seen. Back to VWAP we go. And we now have this shelf above that bulls can get stuck in. We can move this slightly. All right, this is the level. All right, so bulls will need to get above this for a rotation. Failing to get above that, they'd be caught. Again, that was all from manipulation. You get used to seeing these guys on the tape. Their games, it's nasty, it's not legal, but proving it's very, very hard. VIX still not through that New York Open. Bears still in control here. Yep, very possible, Henrik. Yeah, very possible. Which is down here, 600s. Very possible. It's going to be a battle now. Going to be a battle now. I'm not sure they're done selling it. The excess at the low is buyers, not sellers. I'm not sure they're done selling this yet, but we will see. What a market, man. I cannot remember markets that move like this. 400 points one direction. What's this? Probably 300 points the other direction. I can't really remember markets that move like this. Nice, fresh, good work. I don't think the auction's finished lower yet, just from what I'm seeing. We'll see. They did just try and sell that last candle and failed, but the lows, current lows on that dip 3-4 minutes ago, we're not seeing excess selling down there yet. So we'll see, we'll see. Well, this grey box above you, you can see that's the squeeze trigger. Once you get through that grey box, you can squeeze higher. But right now, sellers are in absolute control. No worries, fresh. Yeah, I've got pounding headache. I really want to get out of here, but the market's starting to move for you guys. So I want to call it for you. Oh, I do feel dreadful though. Back to previous day point of control here, and if we fail that, well, we've not got much below. We really do not have much below. Do they come back for previous day value area low? Who knows? Structure's very bearish right now. No excess on the lows. Bears coming flying in. Until we see bears get caught at on a low print, I don't think there's any chance of a squeeze back up. We're just not seeing it yet. Remember, the market's in fear. It's in absolute fear. That's why I'm kind of surprised they even had the power to do what they did this morning, to be quite honest with you. Okay, here we go. Like I said, don't think the auction's finished because we haven't seen excess selling at the lows. It's the first time we're seeing selling down here, and is there a response to it at the moment? Do we go back to Globex, which would be what, 680? I think that would be Globex at the moment. $700s, those old 700s from last month. Have a look on that shelf. Yeah, they didn't defend it. They did not defend it. We are weak on multiple profiles right now. Still, I'm not convinced the auction's done yet. Still not convinced this auction's done selling. No excess. Oh my gosh. What a panicky market. What a panicky market. Where's the daily bowl now? 560. Okay, just worth noting. Still no excess at the lows for me. We have some structure here, but we don't have excess. Still not seeing much of a response here from buyers is what I'm saying. Still not seeing sellers get trapped. Still think there is new lows possible. There we go. So selling back down again. There's no excess. There's no real attempt from buyers to do anything. They are absolutely shitting themselves right now. And I don't blame them. Okay, back to Globex then. Still not seeing excess. Still seeing sellers in absolute control. Still not seeing much of a response. Oh my gosh, are we going to make new lows on the day underneath New York? I cannot fathom this market right now. 415 points up. Are we going to go beyond 415 points down? It is absolutely possible, and that is mental to me. Like, to just say that out loud. But it's absolutely possible. We cannot rule it out. We cannot rule out new lows on the session. We can't rule out anything. We're back inside value. If we fail value area high, we can come back down to here, which is where I said I'd be interested in buying it this morning. I certainly will not be interested in buying it today now. Not after they completed the low-hanging fruit move higher and have just absolutely tanked this market back down. No way would I be interested in buying down there today now. No chance. No way, Jose. Still the selling comes in. Fuck me. Total liquidation right now. Absolute liquidation event at the moment. A little bit of a squeeze here, but you've got so much to get through above. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't be trying to long this. We'd have to like take many, many levels out. Battle here. Sellers still coming in. Still very strong selling, folks. There's absolutely nothing here to suggest we're going to squeeze out right now. There's the tiniest bit of excess sub 700 and not much of a response above it right now. It's not like we've traded back above this box. Now we're starting to see buyers try and step in. And if they can't move it higher, it means there's still a passive seller on the tape, doesn't it? So just be careful. Now we're seeing big, big buying step in. Let's see if they actually squeeze up to this 775 and what they do with it. What's this new walk? View up 800s. Can they respond here? Can these buyers get any control of this market? They are attempting to. They're not doing a very good job right now. Big selling into that push. Big, big selling into that push. Buyers trying to respond and they're not doing a very good job. So 700, we've got a bid on the tape there at 700, trying to attract price back down to it. He probably pulls it again. We got an offer up at 775. We did leave a little bit of excess at those lows, but really nothing significant. Yeah, anyone that took the short, that was fantastic once you left that shelf. They're going to advertise price at 700. This guy, it's probably same guy as earlier, a bit less size. He's probably going to pull it as soon as it gets close to it. Buyers can't even get through this 24-hour VWAP right now. All this grey box, so 56 to 90 basically. Let me mark it out in here so I can see it on Ninja with you. If they get through that and back above previous day value, then they've got a shot at doing something, some kind of relief. But at the moment, bears are in control. Buyers just tried to step in again there and failed to move price higher. They just came flying in again there and failed to move price higher. They are attempting to do it, and there must be a passive seller because they are not moving higher and they're attempting to. It's a big battle here. Someone's about to get hurt. There you go. Let's see if this 700 pulls. No, he's going to actually try and absorb, is he? He's not a big enough size to absorb, I'll tell you that much. Just have a little look. Tesla trying to get back through VWAP. Nvidia just got hammered underneath VWAP. That's not a good look. Microsoft, low of day. Meta, low of day, pre-market lows. Google pulling back significantly, has lost VWAP. The same story as the other day. Google squeezed out and then failed. Amazon, not too bad. Apple under VWAP, pulling back off the highs. It is ugly out there, folks. It is ugly out there. No one can hold their gains, basically. That is the story of this market. Think about Google the other day. Giant squeeze out and basically gave the whole move back. It's starting to look kind of similar. What a battle. It's definitely a bit panicky selling because they haven't let a response happen. It's just dumping inventory. Normally you'd see, some kind of bigger bounce which is sold into. They're just dumping inventory. It's fear. It's fear in the market taking over. The emotion in the market is fear. Back down to this 700. $710 most traded level around here at the moment. Back to the 700. He's not big enough to absorb this, so I don't know why he's there. He's going to get wrecked. Night. Gone. I mean, that's hardly surprising. 100 lot is not going to hold this unless they refresh this bid. And again, no, I'm not convinced there's enough excess down there, but let's see. Buyers trying to step in here. Back to previous day point of control. They can't get through previous day point of control right now, the buyers. They're stuck. They are stuck. And until they get through that level and the grey box above and VWAP, they are stuck here, trying to absorb it without the relief. They need to get above the green box to get any kind of relief rally, let's say, at all. Still can't get through that VWAP, can they? Which is trading, what, around 43s or something? Let's see. Still nothing. Here's the attempt to get through it. Or can they get through this grey box above? That's the big question. Is there relief up towards, I'd say 800 to 830? At the moment, they just got sold into the 24-hour VWAP again, into this low volume node. Bears are still in control, defending this area. Bears are still looking for this. Bulls are looking for this relief. That's what you're looking at right now. Those are the two opportunities in the tape. Again, I am not trading this. I'm not well enough to do anything right now. I'm struggling to even read the price action for you. I'm sweating buckets. At least bulls have got it back above previous day point of control. This was a straight move up, straight move down. It could be a straight move slicing back through. If enough bears got stuck down here, which I'm not totally convinced has happened. There was some strong delta down there, but I'm not convinced yet. I'd be watching previous day value area high, really. That's probably kind of your level. What have we got on the book above? Oh, come on, Bookmap. I haven't got energy. 775, 800s. Into this grey box then. Do they defend the grey box, or do you get squeezed out all the way through it? Defending the grey box so far. And this is your next ledge, 30. So rotation between 30 and 50 now. Possible. Flow zone's pointing down. Momentum is downside, folks. Momentum is downside. It's just whether there's a bit of a squeeze out here and bears sell higher. So far, I'd say it's panic selling. Yeah, Mag's getting absolutely crushed. Mag getting crushed. No doubt about it. Bulls need to hold 30 here. Failing to hold 30, they're in trouble. Here's 30. There's the test. Previous day point of control. If they don't hold this, I would say they're probably in trouble. They're probably in trouble. Oh my God, what a weak market. Look at that selling on the tape. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus Christ. I don't think they're done with this. I don't think they're actually done with this. You've just rejected the grey box. You're back into this little shelf. This is more liquidity being built out. You can go much, much lower if bulls can't respond here. Much, much lower. You can give back the whole day and more if they cannot respond here. This 700 means nothing. This is like nothing. You can go right back to here. No problem. They can sell it right back to this. Fear in this market. Bulls really need to reclaim all of this. You're not seeing that. I don't give two fucks what Nvidia's doing. Like, everything's selling. Everything is selling right now. Who fucking cares? Everything's selling. Like, what's happening in the tape is being sold. Look at the panic. Oh my God, look at the panic in the tape. Who fucking cares what Nvidia's doing? I don't. I don't care what Nvidia's doing. I care what the tape is doing in front of me. The tape is in a panic. They are in max pain. They are very, very scared right now. The bulls who tried to get the squeeze all day joined the highs and they're getting murdered. Absolutely murdered right now. That's what's happening. That's all you need to be thinking about. That's what's happening. Previous week low coming up. New York Open coming up. Previous day close coming up. Previous day value area low coming up. New York session low coming up. Lows coming up. Lows coming up. Mass panic is in the building again. I can't believe we've gone 400 points up, 400 points down, but that is what we have done. And VIX's about to break out over the New York Open. Not a fucking bull in sight here trying to hold this market up. This is very, very, very nasty. You're a braver... Well, I don't know if you're brave or stupid trying to buy this, to be quite honest. Mass panic. I can see it in the tape. Look. Mass panic in the tape. Dump everything, they're saying. I'm so scared, I'm saying. I don't want to hold this. Get me out of this. That's what they're saying right now. There's not even an ounce of relief. I don't believe so, Dex. I don't think this is about liquidity being built. I think it got used already. I think this got used already, personally, but we'll see. I'm not really interested in this market till next week. I'm going to be honest. I think it's got to get through so much nonsense this week. No, Raf, I'm not well enough to do anything today, mate. I'm so sick. I'm literally like dripping out my hands right now. I'm not well enough to do anything. Okay, grey box. Other shelf here is 715s. I can draw this out for you if for any of you that are shorts. This is what bears are defending right now. Bears are in absolute control. There's been no relief. Straight up, straight down. No relief. Yeah, back to Globex, that orange line, but you know, bears are still in control right now. Oh, amazing, Daniela. You took the liquidity break of the highs. Really good. Nice work. Nice work. Just make sure you're paying yourself, eh? Because that's a big old move. If you were short on this liquidation break from here, you're like 200, you're 300 points up. That's a big move. Make sure you're paying yourself. Yeah, best way be like it's just not worth it. It's not worth it when you're not feeling great. It's not worth it. Okay, response here. Let's see how they act. Grey box, previous day point of control. Kind of thick here now. For me, bulls really need to get back above previous day value area high to have any hope in really doing much at all. That 770 guy is still there. Previous day point of control here. And they're still selling versus it at the moment. Oh my god, the size! The size! The size is what gets me. Wow. The previous day POC, this is a grey box. Bears are still defending it. The size, look at the size. These are market orders fucking slamming the door in their faces. This is crazy. What an insane market. $760 is basically the level. Bulls have got to get way above $760s to have any sort of hope of control right now, I'd say. Any hope in, and I'm talking about like lower time frame control, not higher time frame control. Any hope of like any relief at all. You're just not seeing that right now. Every pop, you're not even seeing passive selling. You're seeing aggressive selling into at the moment. There you go, aggressive selling again. Just slam that door. That's all you're seeing on the tape. Look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 760s for me is the level. They've got to reclaim 760s to have a go at anything, but someone is stuck in this dumping inventory, I'm telling you. That's what you've seen so far. Every pop, aggressive selling, dumping inventory. I mean, think about this. There's like 300 points down, and they're struggling to move, what, like 50, 60 points up? Buyer coming on the tape here at 12. Let's see if he's legit. He's trying to support a bid now for a bit of a squeeze back up through point of control. Let's see if he's legit. No, he's pulled. All right, more games on the tape. More games on the tape. I'm actually happy I'm not trading today because I think this is, I mean, if you took that short, it was really good. But I think anything down here is, it's just crazy the way they're moving it around. Look at this size. Look at this size. Oh my God. Someone's really stuck. Someone is really stuck. Just going to get murdered again. Oh my God, someone's so stuck. Oh my days. You should be runners only. If you are short from that shelf now, you've got to be runners only because you're building out more liquidity here. You shouldn't have any like notable size here. You've made 300 points. You should be runners only. So much aggressive selling. This is wild what I'm witnessing on the tape. There's a major battle here around the 700. And I'm not convinced, I'm still not convinced the low's in. When I look at that candle that printed your like wick low, it's buying at the bottom side of it. That is not what I'd want to see. All the selling happened before it. Yes, like you could argue if they hold a bid above 80s, but what you'd want to see is selling at the lows, and you haven't seen selling at the lows. So I'm not convinced the auction is over. I'm not convinced this auction's over. Here you go. They're still trying to sell lower at the moment. This is just dripping down. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Can they get a lower low breaking all the way down into this? Have a look at this mag. Apple is trying to stabilize around VWAP. Amazon looks good. Meta looks awful. Microsoft trying to find a bid. Sorry, Meta looks okay. Microsoft trying to find a bid. Nvidia back down to its New York Open. Doesn't look great. Tesla doesn't look great. We can't get back above a 30-minute POC at the moment. No, it's not a good look. It is not a good look for this market at the moment. 25 key and then 60 key. Bulls have got to get above 25 and above 60s to have a hope of doing anything at all, to be quite honest. Zoom this footprint in. Every pop's still being sold into. When has the last seller sold, or have they just not? Still being sold into. So much light all week. Just sell, 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 all their inventory. Someone's stuck, someone's dumping inventory. It is simple as that. Momentum's downside. No buyers have any control in this market. They can't get above 720. They can't give above 760. I don't even think there's sellers stuck at the lows right now. This is just a straight puke. A race for the low at the moment. Here's your shelf through here. Well, next stop's all the way down here. And really, if we start getting under that, oh my fucking lord. Like, I think you can see previous day value area low today if they sell through this. I don't think you can rule out the move to 550. I don't think you can rule out a move to 440. I don't think you can rule out a move down to 380s. I don't think you can rule out anything yet based on what we're seeing. I don't think you can rule out anything yet. More lows. They're selling more at the lows here. And they're still trying to bid off the bottom. I mean, these buyers need to just stop because they're going to keep getting hurt. They just need to stop. Just let them sell it. Like, you're crazy. All right, there today, now we have excess. First time, but they're not getting a response yet. Still massive selling at the lows. No response yet. This is coming for New York Open at the moment. Yeah, it's because it's not short selling. You got to see the difference in the tape. It's dumping inventory. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, we're going to make money selling short. No, this is them being like, fucking get rid of everything. Like, get rid of everything. That's the panic. Very different to short selling. It's a panic sell. It's buyers stuck in the tape on every time frame, panic selling everything. We do have excess for the first time today on that last move. We have excess. You do not have any reclaim of any notable level, but you do have excess. It's way too early to say that that's a low in, but there is excess on that last move down for the first time, I'd say, in this kind of rollover, let's call it. It's the first time we've seen sellers at the lows. But I mean, right now you're still defending every level. Buyers have still got to get way above. I'd say you still got to get above 725, 730 for the buyers to have any form of control in this. Any form of control at all. Yeah, there's literally no reason to be buying down here, right? Right, the momentum is so heavy. There's no reason to be buying down here. You would need to see a reclaim of all key levels. We're inside of previous day's value. Think about this. We haven't held previous day high. We haven't held previous day value area high. We're back inside yesterday's range. If they want to come down for this, they will. There's why buy? Why buy? Like, there's no reason to be buying. Look, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We haven't even had a change of character. Flow zones are in a sell. We're under VWAP. There's literally, you're under everything. You're under everything. So if we're under everything, take yourself and your ego out of it. Who else is under everything? Who else is stuck? Everyone! Correct. Everyone's stuck. So don't fucking buy it. All right? Don't be a bottom picker. Can I explain what I mean by excess? I mean, they tried to sell the low down here. Sellers, market sold this. It's the first time. They didn't do that here. They market sold it here. It's the first time we've had market selling at the lows. So if we don't move lower than that, then we've got notable sellers stuck at the lows. But right now, you're still not seeing a response. All I'm saying is it's the first time Delta was maybe offside at the low of day. Not low of day, low of this move. We're not at low of day yet. Low of day is probably the target. Yes, I see it in footprint and in Bookmap. So they got stuck under 660. So if we trade through under 660, they're comfortable again. We're right there now. So we're probably going to trade new lows now at this point. VIX new high of day here. This is so heavy. So heavy. Previous week low is right below us, as is New York Open. Everything's there for the taking right now. Everything is there for the taking at the moment. And if you get through that, we're just going to sell through all the overnight range, folks. Like, you've got to understand, those of you looking for longs, like, you've got to understand what you're looking at here. Like I said, where was the structure to buy off? There wasn't any. So what's going to happen? We're going to fucking reprice it, right? They trapped them up there. We talked about this. If you leave this, TP1, TP2, who knows? They come under here. What are you looking at? You're looking at light volume created overnight. We can come for this. If they want to come for that, they're going to come for it. It's a short squeeze. It's a counter trend short squeeze. That's all it is. If you've been tempted to buy here, I don't know why. I don't know what is in your head saying I should buy this. I can't see anything in this. Guys, today's not the day for me to answer the same questions I answer on stream every day. I haven't got the energy for it, guys. Trump at 12, yeah. Well, can he save the market? I would doubt it at the moment. What's he going to say? What's the meeting about, Raf? Do you know what the meeting's about? Has he announced what it's about? Who's it with? Probably Saudi Arabia or something, is it? Is it about the chips? Yes, Saudi Arabia. I mean, what's he going to say? Oh, they're giving us $1 trillion. Yeah, of course they are, mate. They're fucking not. They're not going to do shit. Oh. Every pot still being sold into. Buyers are trying to take control here. Every pot you do have at that low 68 lot sell, but my mind is a bit blown here to think about what they could do with this. Every pot still being sold into. Go. They're just selling every chance they get, folks. Every chance they get to get out of their horrible stuck position, which they must be in for some reason. They are getting rid of it. What was that imbalance there? 705, 725. Yeah. They got to get way up. You got to get back above previous day point. Really, they got to get back above here. At the moment, every little drive is being sold into. Starting to see someone try and support the bid here. At 95s and 90s, there's someone trying to support the bid up. Like, I'm just going to remain saying there is someone stuck in this tape because every chance they get to sell their inventory, they're taking it. It's not a short seller. It's someone who probably over leveraged long this morning and is caught. There you go. Selling pops again. Selling pops again. Look at the tape. Look at the tape. Just telling you. They can't support a thing. They're getting run over right now. Shorts. Shorts or people trying to guess the bottoms and shorts lifting and letting them come up. Shorts getting stuck and then lifting and letting them come up. Remember, if you're stuck, you're not trying to sell the low, are you? Right? If you've bought high today, you're trying to let it come up to you and then get rid of inventory. Right? You want to like minimize your damages. Right? When you see liquidation breaks to the low and we dump 2, 3, 4, 500 points and start going limit down, that's when you know that they've given up all help and it's margin call time and it's bank shutting down time. But right now, it's like dump the inventory. Remember, if they were stuck yesterday, right? If they were stuck any time yesterday, today we traded back up to previous day high. That gave them the opportunity to get out. So anyone who was stuck yesterday was given the opportunity to get out in the money or at least break even. Strong buying coming in here. First time I've seen very strong buying coming in volume-wise. Now, can they get through 700 and 720? And then back through POC and then really take control of anything lower time frame. At the moment, there's still a seller up there at 700. He's just fucking dumped it on them again. So we can't even get through this this grey box here. Not even getting relief through that yet. It's still just in a very strong downtrend. We're not seeing higher highs or higher lows yet. You're in this. That's all you're in at the moment. There is strong buying trying to come in here. Maybe some guys got stuck at the lows for the first time. You're not through the 700s yet. They've dumped. Every time you've got into 700, they've dumped. So 720s, I'd say, and then what's this level up here? 722. They're going to have to take control of that grey box above. And they dumped again. They dumped into 700 again. I'm going to use a bathroom here. How long we got? 10 minutes. Can't believe I've actually made it to lunch. Oh, yeah, they've dumped it more. Yeah, they're still not done. You're going to get lower day here, folks. There's no relief to sell into it for lower day, but that's what they're going to go for lower day. That's your max pain move, isn't it? It's your New York session low. So that's what they're going for. There you go. Just sell, 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 sell. It's all I'm seeing on the tape. Sell, 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 sell. Keep selling, sell, 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 sell. That's all that's happening. There's your downtrend. Again, did they reclaim 700? No, they got sold into 700. Did they reclaim 720? No, they didn't get anywhere near it. No reason to sell. Still no excess. They just put in a new low and there's no excess down there. That was buyers down there. That's not what you want to see. That's not the end of an auction. Yeah, Peter, yeah. I don't disagree with you, mate. It's possible. I'd say the first stop, though, that New York low, 575, and then previous day value area low. And then you're just back into that range. What's bizarre to me is that they let it squeeze out so high, but it is what it is. It's just such a directional take. Like, I don't know if you guys have actually like looked at a 5 minute today, but like that is not your normal 5 minute. Let's go straight up. Let's do one inside bar and let's go pretty much straight down. Okay, we had one little stop start inside bar. Straight up, one inside bar, straight down, one inside bar. Probably going to take this out now. You think that's normal? That's 400 points. That ain't fucking normal, mate. That ain't a normal market. That is a really panicked market. I've got some gaps on Bookmap starting to show up, so I don't know what's going on here with the liquidity. What is that here? Why have I got a gap there for a minute? It's not good. Bit worried about data now. I'm not even going to be able to read data to you if that starts going funny. I mean, yeah, the move down's been on more volume for sure, Jack. You're not wrong there, my friend. You're not wrong. I still don't think this is finished. I don't think the low's in. I think it could do with some relief for them to sell back into, but I don't think the low's in. I just don't. There's nothing in this to suggest the low's in yet. And what would that H1 low be? It would be this market. Oh. Your IB low. Oh, it's there for IB anyway. You don't need this. So just keep holding your runners. Anyone short like Daniela from the highs. As long as you should have paid yourself 70, 80%. Hold your runners for that lower day. If you get it, magnificent. Check the ES. ES did actually catch a bid on that New York Open. Still trading around it. Right, the spiders. There's a bit more to go. A bit of divergence there between the ETFs. A bit more to go. Do they get any relief here at all for them to sell back into? And they're literally selling the tiniest pops when you think about like 20 point pop they're selling rather than letting it drift 200 points or something and selling into like a decent void or pivot. Lots of stops down there now, I'll tell you that much. Lots of people with their stops down there now. So back to these 700. Remember, they've been selling at these 700s non-stop. If they can get through these, then you're looking for point of control, and that's where the battle really starts of what happens next. Back to these 700s. Oh, guess what? There's a seller up here still. Oh my God, he just slammed that fucking door. How's he got so much size left? Oh my God. Whoa, my God. I'm really sorry, Mo. I can't right now look at anything else. My brain is killing. I'll have a look later. But like I've said in Discord, your sells on Bitcoin are 80% sells off the highs. So if it wants to go back to 50, 35K, it will. I wouldn't be fucking touching that shit right now. Like Bitcoin's a risk-on asset. We're in a risk-off market. I don't know why anyone would attempt to do anything with it right now. It's finished its 1,000-day cycle, like I've said numerous times. Right? Bitcoin traditionally has a 1,000-day cycle. They're not done with this. They're not done with this. Night. They're not done with this. Oh, I've lost connection. No way. Lost all connection on Ninja. Anyone else had that? Oh, I've lost everything. Thought something was weird when Bookmap went down. There's obviously some data issue out there at the moment. Okay, POC moved down here now. We've been down here so long. Let's zoom out. This is a huge distribution here now. This is your rotation level now for the day in here. Bulls need it above to offer anything. Bears just want to keep washing it low, and they'll try and defend a high into 770 or whatever it is. That's your levels. That's your levels for the rest of the day. Lunchtime coming up. I don't think they're done with it. I really like, and when I say that, I mean I don't think they're done selling it. I think still can't get through the 700s. Huge level, that 700s. Every time we popped up there, it's been a massive seller. If he's gone, then you might get some relief to 20s. But every time we popped up into him, there's been a huge seller right here. He's gone, you might get up into 20s. But let's see. There's the 700s. Is he gone? Is he done dumping it? Does he allow relief up to 20s? And what's this previous day point of control? Basically close to the 30s, actually, isn't it? So do they hold 700s on a retest? Or do they just dump it straight back down now? Psychological level here. Some selling coming in here, just above the 700s. They can't hold it yet. Buyers need to get up to 720s for any relief. This grey box above you, or 730s, previous day point of control. Big battle going on here. Seriously. Can they not get to 20s? Yeah, no worries, Awani. Hopefully some of you made money. I don't think I would have caught the long no matter what today, even if I was well enough. Maybe I would have caught the short. I don't think I'd be in it now. I think I would have already got out of it. Man, they just dumped 7s again. Oh my God, dude. You bulls are fucking terrible. You got to reclaim 700s again to go 720, 730s for relief. There's 7s. They're really struggling up here. Really struggling up here to get any follow through. There's bid support coming on. I just haven't, I wouldn't trust that bid support, but it's there. Passively trying to step on the book. Okay, they've got a chance now to go up to previous day point of control. They've got a chance here to get to previous day point of control. And if they get through that, then maybe sort of 780, 800. So bulls have got a chance here for a squeeze, for some relief. You've got a new hourly bar coming, being very careful. I don't think sellers are done with this yet. I'm just going to make that very clear. I don't think sellers are done with this yet. I think this is a squeeze relief, which is probably sold into. I'd say above 780 can trigger a bigger squeeze, but I would say bull traps will probably live in here. So I can imagine that happening today above here, but you'd have to watch the tape. You would have to watch the tape for that move. I can imagine that kind of thing playing out. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I made it to lunch with you. I'm literally like a puddle of water underneath this jacket. And they're selling that 720s. Like I said, I don't think they're done with it. It's just a question of when they come back into sell. Previous day point of control right now is when they're coming in, that red line. Is that current point of control? What is this? No, it's previous day only. Where's current? Oh, is it both? They flipped it to both. All they have. That's an ugly look. That's an ugly look. Big level here. Lunchtime coming, folks, as well. You're at lunch now. Thanks, Jeff. Hopefully it's helped some of you. Yeah, I can't believe I made it to noon. I actually can't believe it. I must look awful. I better look very washed out. I feel dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. All right, team, I'm out of here. I'll do my best to be here tomorrow, but I'm not going to make guarantees because I can feel myself going downhill. I can't see myself recovering. So if I'm not on, just trade safe tomorrow. Whatever we do with Nvidia, it could quite quite easily do the opposite with it tomorrow. So just be aware of that. It's very, very trappy, this market at the moment. Just be aware of that. All right. Like I said, I don't think they're done with this, selling it, but it's a question of what levels do they want to sell from. Peace and love, everyone. Be safe. All that usual good stuff. Look after each other, especially if I'm not here tomorrow. I'm not going to be in Discord, guys. I'm going to go straight back to bed after this. All right. Sorry. Really sorry. I've got to rest. Take care.